And welcome, everybody. Welcome back to our new night Mondays. Another respect. Hope you all had a great week. I know that I did. It's been a very, very busy and hectic time in Wonderland as things are going on. And of course, tonight we're going to talk about my favorite topic, my old people, the mainstream media. There's been so much going on in the news over the past few months and especially over the past couple of weeks. And yet the mainstream still seems to be doing what it always does and playing hippity hop to the candy store with each story. Nothing ever gets followed up. Nothing ever gets finished. Nothing ever gets completed. And now they're all hanging on with bated breath to find out where poor Savannah Guthrie's mother is. So it's just a terrible thing out there. But we've got a great show tonight and a great panel. So hope you'll all enjoy it as I bring on my guests. We've got the lovely and talented Joe Rosati and Scott Stone from Truth Stream, and good old Matt Geiger sitting there in the background. Get over here. Sitting there in the background from Verity Metals. How you all doing, ladies?
Doing well. Good to see you guys.
Really good to see you. Yeah, it's been too long.
Absolutely. Much too long. Much too long. We've missed. We have such a great time, not just doing the shows, but getting the information out there and yet having a good time at the same time. I think that a lot of people who do this kind of tend to take themselves a little bit too seriously. And well, Lord knows we don't.
We do a very serious show on Mondays called Mondays with Matt. And if you're listening to Mondays, we're going to have to get some scheduling coordination happening.
I'll book it in my calendar.
There you go. There you go.
Funny because Matt and I don't do anything seriously, I don't think.
We just got back from staying in the woods in Sedona or Prescott. We're in the middle of the woods for the weekend. It was great.
Yeah,
we're fresh. We're good.
I don't want to know what you guys are doing out in the woods.
Hunting with Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah.
Yes. Keep yourself
George Bush.
Dick Cheney couldn't come though. He couldn't make it.
Thank God. It's rough when you have to wear the protective vest in the back.
Yeah.
That's never a good thing.
That's political attire, isn't it?
Well, it's about a 30-second head start, and then you can fire away.
Exactly.
How about old Jeff showing up in Tel Aviv? That was didn't surprise me a bit. I've been saying it forever.
Yeah, he has.
It's hilarious.
Well, I think it's what Juan says, which is when you see these images, it's what they want you to see. In other words, it's imagery that is put out there so that everybody's seeing it. They want you to see that. And you know what? I had a friend. I showed Scott the text message. Greater my friend Matt is one of my childhood friends. He thought it was crazy. But here's what he wrote. This is amazing. Honestly, I'm following the shit out of the Epstein thing. There's no way around it. You were dead on about the global elite pedo ring. You should really feel vindicated. Haven't seen anything about JFK Jr. So they're following.
Here's
the map.
Coming.
Love you, buddy.
It's coming. Yeah, but
I'm collecting those texts. Yeah, I got a whole collage of them.
Yeah. But these are the things that are out there. And I ran into a guy just out for a walk the other day, and we started talking. Spoke about what I had done for a living, and this and that and the other, and we got onto the topic of Epstein. And he said, the way that he died. I said, he's not dead. What do you mean he's not dead? He's not dead. He's in witness protection. He's not dead. And there's a reason that he's not dead. But I can tell you with pretty decent, self-confidence here, having spent a lot of time down at the Manhattan Correctional Facility, especially since they put all those cameras in there, it doesn't just go dead for a minute and the guard falls asleep and this one doesn't double check and say, it doesn't happen that way. So
you get shanked. You get shanked.
But isn't it obvious? And I would say for the you don't kill the guy with the mother of all dead man switches. Like you know, so many elites would have gone down instantly had he actually died. It
Oh,
was
absolutely.
transparent to me. I thought it was pretty obvious. But I really do love the photos of him with the long hair and the beard. I can't wait for his testimony.
I thought it was Mark. I thought Mark dyed his hair and grew his hair out.
Well, you know, he cut a deal. And here's the other thing. You had mentioned our America's Favorite Kidnap victim. Found out today she's this is a family tradition. They have annual kidnappings. There's a whole chapter in their book about it. I'm not kidding. Like,
what?
Yes, just found this out today. It's nuts. And then you got Erica
my.
Kirk, you know, with her pyrotechnics and, you know, all of her bullshit. I mean, it turns out she's part of the Epstein files as well. And we're learning a lot more about her past, you know, the Romanian child trafficking and some of the other, you know, unpleasant things that she was up to prior to Charlie.
See, now I wasn't going to go as far back as that. But if
Charlie
if
was
you
a
go
sharp
back-
guy. How did he not pick up on these things early on? I mean,
Well,
we got
I mean,
questions.
first of all, that wasn't Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, bingo. That was the point I
That,
was
that was as much Charlie Kirk as it was Charlie Kirk getting shot.
Yeah, it was. It was as much Charlie Kirk as Joe Biden was Joe Biden for 4 years.
Goodbye.
Which the Epstein files also confirmed he died in what, 2019? And this whole thing's been a massive cover-up. 9/11, I think, made an appearance in the Epstein files as well. I mean, if you didn't know it was an inside job by now, sorry, folks.
See, but that's something that I
tell you.
visited numerous times.
Yeah.
I was working that day. I've got reporters who were friends who were there and everything else, some who appeared in numerous documentaries. And when I presented proof to them and just said, I'm not asking you to change your mind, watch it. Never got back to me. And it's like, this is the point with the mainstream media that drives me nuts because, and I'm not going to get into where I heard it, but I hear it ad nauseum. And they're right. The most brainwashed people are the people who work in the business.
Yeah.
It's a very, very rough situation, but you know, you with the reporters and you are a reporter and you this and that, and you believe your own bullshit.
You didn't need an insider when the BBC announced the destruction of Building 7 like 20 minutes before it happened. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Well, what happened?
It was obvious.
Look, they screwed up. They forgot to say coming up next.
After a brief word from our sponsor.
Right.
Geiger
No.
Demolitions.
Cut to the building.
Epstein
you know-
yeah.
And, you know, these are things that are starting to come out. And as you go, you know, let's backtrack to LA. And I don't really care what side of the fence you're on, okay? Because we got to deal with normies too, okay? But when you sit and you watch the things that were going on in LA, and I hate to keep using the same phrases over and over again, but you know, there's more information out there than ever before, and people can't bother to look. And it's all on tape. So if you look at the fact of who set up ICE, okay, they didn't just appear and say, "Hey, you know, I want to cover my face and we're battle gear and carry an automatic weapon and go beat up on people." It doesn't work that way. Congress brought them in. Congress and the Senate agreed that this was necessary. And if I do remember correctly, they were brought in during the Obama administration. Where do people start to realize partisan politics games being played? It can't, with most of this, it can't become more obvious. Where do they start to, you know, get the, as they pop their heads out of their asses and see what's really going on? Yeah, anybody.
Well, how is this not obvious? I mean, Europe has been running the longest suicide attempt in history right, with their economy and deindustrialization and, these Klaus Schwabian, ridiculous policies. This should have been obvious that there's another agenda at work. No one is that bad at making economic policy decisions. This was clearly planned. Thank God we had a Donald Trump to step in and say, no, we're not doing it here. But he walks into Davos and, he slaps something on the table and just says, look, and by the way, we're taking Greenland. We are alive in the most interesting time in human history.
But people are missing it.
I know.
I said this to my daughter years ago when I first stepped into this. I said, just like in high school and college, you're sleeping through history. This is 1776 2.0, and people are missing it. And they're missing it because of stupidity. They're missing it because of their feelings, not because of reality. And I don't understand it. I fail to understand the reasoning behind it. Yeah, Matt, we haven't heard from you. What do you think about this?
I think you guys are exactly right. I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm in the gold and silver business, so it's interesting because I've actually seen the awakening based on phone calls that I've had over the last almost 10 years. And I used to tell people, like, whatever it is, 5-10 years ago, I'd be like, hey, Junior's alive. We have a whole different, go read George magazines. I send out gifts, Mark. I send out George magazines to clients that do business with me. I send them out for fun. I can't tell you how many survival guides to the future that I bought for $2,000 and then I've sent out to people that have done, pretty obviously, if you do that, you get to do some pretty significant money. But I want to put this stuff in people's hands, and I want people to read them. I want people to really go through them and see the clues left in time. I'm a collector, right? At the end of the day, my heart, my interest, and Scott will tell you this because he's here. We're at my house, right? We got, the background here. I'm a collector. Like, I love this stuff. I have absolutely, how would you say? I've immersed myself in this stuff so heavily.
He makes Rachel Rightside blush with his collection.
Yeah, even Rachel Rightside is like,
Christmas was
she's
great
like, shit,
for me.
Matt. She's like,
I got a survival guide, and let me tell you,
even
I
Rachel
won't be reading it if I'm not wearing gloves.
Yeah, Scott got one for Christmas. We got to get you one, Joe, and you too,
It's
Mark.
amazing. It's
But
amazing.
I love it. I love the fact that we're taking this country back. It's so obvious. And I don't care about people that don't want to go people that go against the information and want to call Trump a pedophile. It's fine. It's all good. They're going to see in time. They're going to hang on they're going to fall on their own sword. And look, the truth's the truth, right? The facts are the facts, as the liberals would say. Facts, right? We get the facts,
True facts.
But I'm enjoying it, man. And knowing you guys, Scott, Joe, you too, Mark. I want to do whatever I can. That's why we're going to do a donation tonight to your charity, because I know you're working your ass off to help. And I'm the same mindset, man. I want to step in and I want to help in the right places. And that's kind of my mission. I'm good. We got a great business model going. I got the dream job. I get to talk to your viewers, to Joe and Scott's viewers. We're not talking about gold and silver. We're talking about Michelle Obama being a man. You know what I'm saying? These are the conversations we're having. So it's like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Work in some office with some fucking idiots? No, we're talking to the best people. We're taking care of them. We're doing a good job. And no, it's just great, man. It's an honor. It's a privilege, and you can't. Arrogance is out of the cards. It's about being humble and doing a good job for people.
Well, now we can roll.
And I wore my New York Rangers hat for you
Big
tonight.
Mike. Oh, you say we can roll Big Mike?
No, we can roll Ellen DeGeneres' cannibalism in.
Yeah, we should do and then we should follow that with Michelle Obama's big D swinging in those pants.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just sort
That's
of
part of my Big Mike video. Yep.
Well, this is the thing that just it's so obvious to me, and I think to all of us. The left, they didn't care about Pizzagate. They didn't care about children being abused, being trafficked, being ritualistically murdered, being processed for adrenochrome. You know, they dismissed it offhand. The only thing that motivated them to look into the Epstein files or any of this stuff was what?
To get Trump.
To get Trump, exactly. So they were forced to see all their friends, like Ricky Gervais said, I know he's your friend. They're forced now to be like, oh man, that is kind of bad. But they still seem a little bit ambivalent about the children. They really are still in get Trump mode, and to me that speaks volumes about their character.
Well, but you see, that's the funny part about it, is that when you watch something like, what was that, the Golden Globes, I think, right?
Yeah.
First of all, I give him all the kudos in the world. He's a funny guy to begin with, but I give him all the kudos in the world, because to get up, not just in front of these sickos, but all the sickos watching.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And to do that in front of millions of people watching. And what I kind of parallel this to and akin it to is the 180-degree difference between what I feel in regard to sports and how most sports people, from going back to the Colin Kaepernick time, offended more than half of their audience with impunity, and really didn't care about it, because by taking a stand against the country that's affording you this multi-million-dollar living, that's affording you the opportunity to go and protest where you shouldn't be protesting, on your boss's dime or on our dime, and they get up and they do it. And then it followed and followed and followed, and they're still doing it in the Olympics now.
Yep.
It's okay. It's all right.
Well, it's a platform for satanic rituals, you know, like you saw the halftime show. And what was funny was, I mean, the Turning Point folks did an alternative halftime show, but it's just two sides of the same coin in so many ways.
Well, don't forget that Trump took the NFL to court back in the 90s. He did the contract with Congressman from Georgia. What's his name? Running back from the NFL.
Oh yeah.
I know. I covered it.
George something. George.
No, not George. Anyway, Trump got the NFL. They'd lost. Trump actually won. They won $1 in court, but he's got them in a lawsuit, which they're a monopoly. He took them to court back then, and these organizations, the MLB, NFL, right? You name it. These are all going to be dissolved. They're going to be.
Was it Herschel Walker?
Herschel Walker. Thank you, Joe.
Yes.
Thank you, CJ Kiger. That was actually a comment from that.
Yeah, thank you, CJ. CJ Kiger or CJ Geiger?
Well, how about Trump suing the IRS and winning?
Trump just won a $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS.
A sitting president sues the IRS and wins.
Unbelievable.
$10 billion.
Are you not
entertained?
Are you not entertained? Are
He's
you
also-
not entertained?
He's also now going after that, what was it, Bad Bunny or whatever the hell his name was?
Bad Bunny. Bad
Yeah.
Bunny.
Oh, he's going after everybody. He's going to get these networks. He's going to get. He's going after Michael Wolff, who did the book, Michael Wolff, this so-called author, this guy that he's an authority on subjects, right? This guy is about to get sued out of existence. This guy was working with Epstein to write to talk on Trump. It's unbelievable. Like it is, guys. I'm enjoying the show. I'm living my best life.
We just bought $500 worth of popcorn, actually.
Well, here's an interesting question, kind of off the topic, but on the topic. And it's an opinion question. I don't like getting into opinions, but it's an opinion question. What do you think is the possibility or the probability that Jeffrey Epstein was actually one of the good guys and playing the role that he had to play? Look, let's face it, CIA goes in and does all these horrific things in order to keep their cover and do things, that he was playing the part to nail all of these people, and you had to be an insider to do it.
Interesting thought. Do you want to go?
No, go ahead.
Interesting thought. I've thought about that. first off, if he is on the wrong side and he is the piece of shit that he is, or that we're led to believe, we got birds or quail over here or something. Could be. I also would be very careful not to let a bad guy get off without facing up to his consequences. Interesting thought.
What, did they swap Ghislaine out? Because
they did. That's unheard.
That's some Iranian lesbian they put in place of Ghislaine. Like,
Scott was gone for a couple of days. I thought it was him.
I'm not that hot. No. I'm kidding. No, but it's like the whole Ghislaine thing. She spent 4 hours with a Trump attorney. Then they move her to some very minimum security facility where they're known for their yoga. And great yoga at this place.
Scott
apparently.
loves yoga.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of wonder the way this has gone down, if their incarceration, in quotes, wasn't a protective measure because their testimony has been so valuable. Because, listen to Mel K. She goes on and on. She's been doing it for years. She's like the authority on the Epstein boomerang, I think. She does phenomenal work. And she said the Epstein boomerang will take them all down. Like, this is the key piece to all of this. And I've been nodding my head and smiling the whole time because I think she's right. And where are we? The weird thing is how people are responding to it. It's, like I said before, they're really more interested in picking a side than they are learning how the world is really run. I mean, these really are vampiric, pedophiles, probably lizards. We don't know for sure, but it just gets more outrageous every day. The evidence is right in front of people, and the outrage about it is shockingly minimal. I think
people are coming around, though. I think people are coming around right now. I think people, like that message I read earlier from one of my absolute best friends growing up. He's a total lib shithead. His family knows, they were in with the Bloombergs. Yes. And, I told him about Bloomberg and his invention, with the stock ticking machine that everybody's got to buy per desk. Mark, come on. You could talk all about this for we could have a whole episode on this bullshit.
Hey, Bloomberg was one of the politicians I never had to look up to.
Yeah.
So.
Well said. Oh.
Even Rudy I had to look up to, but Mike I did not. So, but Joe, you have been unusually quiet. Don't you have anything to comment on about this stuff?
Well, I'm kind of just taking it all in. I've been watching the comments. First of all, if Epstein was, a good guy, first of all, I guess I am surprised I hadn't heard that from Charlie Freak, because he's, as Scott and I have, our minds have been blown on Charlie Freak talking about how Tom Hanks and a lot of these elites are actually, good guys, and it's really hard to wrap our heads around. And then you have, Sapioplex and JF and on and bird language and nothing would surprise me anymore. We don't really know. It would be really interesting if Epstein, if all these emails that were coming from Jeff Vacation or what have you, was he writing those? Was it someone else writing them? It's really, really dark from what I've seen so far. So I don't know. Like I said, nothing would put it past me, but there was something that came up in the chat and it said, I'll read it to you guys. It's something about Anderson Cooper is, I think, stepping down. Let me just see if I can find this actual quote here, but nothing is surprising me anymore. Have you guys heard anything about Anderson Cooper? Oh, Anderson, he's retiring.
Google it.
I don't know how you step down from that low of a position.
Well, I thought that you had just misread it because I could see Anderson Cooper bending down, but not stepping down. No.
Okay, so Google has Anderson Cooper set to exit CBS News 60 Minutes.
Interesting.
So they're saying everything's regards 60 Minutes.
He's exiting a lot of things, I think, probably.
But does that mean he's leaving his newscasting position?
Well, has it even been him? If he's really a part of all this and the Gloria Vanderbilt story and all that, it's just going to be amazing if they ever allow some of these behind the scenes stories to come out. Could you imagine it's you, me, Scott and I, Matt and Mark, and then we have the guy in the mask that was playing Biden, and then the guy in the mask playing, Anderson Cooper. I mean, what a show those are going to be. I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm looking forward to at this point, to really know some of these inner workings going on behind the scenes, because I don't know. It's pretty mind blowing what they've done. I mean, the plan is working remarkably. That's what I have to say. I really am enjoying the show. I'm not really stressed about much anymore, to be honest.
Well,
The
let me.
show's- Go ahead. Go ahead. Scott.
I just let me ask you guys a question. I've really been digging into AI. I've got a good friend, Jaime Harlow, that's just an absolute genius at this stuff, and that's a real understatement, honestly. So I've cultivated a little bit of an understanding, but I've been telling my mother for a long time, because we're all impressed with the whale coming out of the basketball court, and some of these things that they appear real. Well, DARPA, or the U.S. military, usually has technology that's at least 15 to 20 years ahead. I think I think that span is grossly been exaggerated or it's a much larger span now, hundreds of years probably. So most of what we see is it's on a screen, right? Whether it's one of these or it's your TV or whatever. We derive our sense of reality from a presentation on an electronic device. How often do you see this stuff live? Not very often.
Right.
And then when you do see it live, you see things like, I don't know, a holographic imager behind Charlie Kirk, or, Joe Biden suddenly being 7 feet tall, or falling off his bike with 40-year-old legs. Come on, and I think those are quite intentional. I think they really are.
Oh, yeah.
What if the lion's share of information that we've received, that we're cultivating a sense of reality from, is entirely curated? Entirely.
What if?
We know a lot of it's curated, right?
Well, look, let's go back to what you started to talk about, 9/11. My career was as an engineer. My mind, that was my cognitive dissonance with this. My mind could not accept or believe that they had the technical ability to video and audio project the vision and the sound of the planes going into the buildings, with how crowded New York is, A, to begin with, and B, by the time the plane hit the South Tower, all the people gathered in Jersey City looking across the way at the towers. I could see a lot of things, a lot of ways that things could be done, but Project Bluebeam to me did not make any sense.
Dogs.
I was gonna say, you just eat your arm, or what was that? Jeez. So that was my cognitive dissonance there. And, accepting the fact, because I saw a different video than what people see now with the planes going through the building. It didn't happen. But my way of thinking was, if you've got a plane that weighs X amount of tons and they throttle up to 550 miles per hour, I don't care how solid the structure is, it's going to go into the structure. It's going to lose the wings and the tail section. But to me, logically, it made sense until I heard architects saying there just was no way in hell. And then you saw after 9/11 how many bird strikes you had.
Well, when it hit the plane that hit the Pentagon, that clearly lost its wings before it hit the Pentagon, because there was no markings.
Well, they did find a passport on the ground from one of the hijackers.
True.
Not just a passport. Let's believe this is eBay. It was mint. Not a burn mark, not a scratch mark on it. No, came down, 80 some odd stories, hit the ground with all the flaming debris, and didn't have a mark on it.
Well,
we got him. We got the guys. So,
yeah, as a matter of fact, I think he's still a pilot in Saudi Arabia.
A really shitty pilot.
No, he got his diploma. He's good to go. But, these are the types of things that are out there and that get put out by the MSM, and they don't follow up on.
It's a good point. It's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't follow up on it. And that is, and I don't mean to interrupt you, Mark, but that is a great point. It's like, shouldn't we be following up? This should be the biggest story of all time.
It's 25 years later. 25 years. All kinds of stuff has come out about it. All kinds of factual evidence has come out about it. And even 25 years later, who has scrubbed into the question of why did Building 7 go down? Building 7 wasn't hit. Building 7 really wasn't terribly on fire. But yet they announced it 20 minutes early that it was going down. So I mean, why hasn't anybody looked into this? And I've made up excuses for why they haven't. You know, at least on the local news side, because they do so many shows in the course of a day that it's physically impossible even to do the story that you're assigned to and have any journalistic integrity behind it. But when it comes to getting out the proper information to the people and being a journalist, ascertaining the facts, they don't do it. They don't do it. Go ahead, Scott.
Well, you can go further back. You can go to World War II. I mean, everything we know about World War II is largely a lie. It's just unbelievable. I mean, we design policy around this stuff. We plan our lives around this stuff. We navigate our worlds based on complete and total lies. You know, we had cold fusion in the Kennedy era. We had clean energy. We had 0 point. We had this stuff. We've had the cure for cancer. Isn't it interesting? The Epstein files drop, and all of a sudden, how many countries announced a cure for cancer?
Was it
Are you
6?
kidding me? Yeah, it's
But think about the blowback. Like the cure for cancer. How many people do we know that have died of cancer? I mean, it's unbelievable. And hey, come on. It's going to serve as the method of outrage from the general public. That's going to demand that Trump go ahead and start to execute these people. Let's bring back public executions. This audience knows it. That's where this is headed. And you know what? That's what's going to happen.
Well, as it goes, and I've said this a whole bunch of times on the air, I would not still be working and be out on the street with that dark van
Here.
when the people of New York find out the truth about who took those buildings down.
Sick.
I mean, think about it.
yeah.
And think of all of these poor kids who got sent over to Afghanistan and Iraq and everything else for no good reason, for the lies. Think about the intrusions into our lives created by the Patriot Act right after 9/11. All of these things. What about?
No, I was just thinking about Anderson Cooper's brother, Kathy Griffin, and holding up the severed head. Like how much theater are we talking about here? And what kind of societal crisis are we going to see? What kind of and I think this younger generation is really picking up on this stuff. They haven't really believed the lies. They've kind of grown up with the idea that it's all lies. If you talk to these young kids, they're pretty astute with some of this stuff. But the cult of celebrity, the cult of personality, around all of this stuff has kind of ruled the public space. Look at these award shows.
Mark, did you see the footage of Sarah Jessica Parker freaking out in Brazil?
No.
Everybody's on the run. All these people are on the run.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen that either. Maybe I'll look it up.
Freaking out. She knows. She's a witch. She's one of the witches, right? And
Looks like one.
she says, "Oh, they're coming here tonight,"
Yeah.
and she's just freaking out, like it's over. And we're gonna go through. Saul Alinsky loves to talk about mocking and ridiculing, right? We're gonna use those tactics on it. We're gonna mock them. We're gonna run them through the mud. We're going to run these people through the mud. And let me tell you something. That's where suicide weekend, what the 17th letter of the alphabet used to talk about. These people don't want to experience. They're going to just off themselves. They know it's coming to them.
Suicide weekend.
Suicide weekend.
Yeah. I think most of them already have.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's already happening. We're just going to find out about it later.
Well, look, these are some of the obvious things that are out in front of people. Okay, I'm sorry. If there's one thing that I don't like about the passage of time, is your skin does not get tighter. Okay, it gets looser. It's just
You look great. Yeah,
it's a natural thing. And you look at Chuck Schumer, you look at Joe Biden, you look at Nancy Pelosi, all these people, even Joan Rivers wasn't pulled back that. And people look at this and don't even give it a second thought. But if you block YouTube or you block Instagram or one of those, they go crazy. These are the things that have become important to our society. And that's why our society and the way that we're all living is so screwed up. And they still, even with alternative media and all the stuff that we've put out and everybody has put out, people are still in an MSM mindset.
What was it the great Kamala Harris had to say about the passage of time? Remember that word salad that she kept repeating?
The great.
There have been so many. Was it a sober one or a drunken one?
Oh God!
Has there ever been a sober one?
Yeah.
That's like asking Nancy Pelosi what she wants for breakfast.
Oh God!
Oh God!
You know it's a liquid diet. Yeah.
Another politician I never had to look up to. So,
you might have had to hold her hair back for her though a couple times.
Oh, yeah. I think that if you held her hair back for her, you'd be just holding the hair. The old phrase they used to use, the best parts of her used to hang over the chair at night. So very, very sick. Very sick.
I looked up the Sarah Jessica Parker. It's only like 4 or 5 seconds, and it's her freaking out in Brazil. But I sent Mark, I don't know if Mark, you want to share this, but there's a gentleman who dug through the files and he wishes that he didn't. It's really powerful. It's only a minute. I sent it in the chat to you. It's an X post, but it was played on. I saw it before I saw it on And We Know, but it's really powerful because I think this guy might have been a real normie before he saw this, and because a lot of these people they're hearing about it, they want to dig, they start digging, and then talk about an aha moment. They're like Scott talks about. They're getting they're not getting the red pill. They're getting the suppository.
Ooh, making my day. Let's share screen.
So take a look. This is pretty powerful.
Where I got it over there. What's it called? Concerned Citizen.
I think so. Let's see what the.
Right.
Yeah, it's under the Bill Gates is a psycho. I guess is the. I'm not sure what. That must be the channel. Yeah, Concerned Citizen. That's the one.
Where did you go? I just shared you. Where'd you go? Should be there.
But yeah, there's a lot of people. I mean, there's kids getting up on now on Facebook and just standing up to the whole trans agenda. I mean, we're really seeing a flood of newbies starting to share their minds, and it's pretty incredible to see.
Going on with these cameras.
I can get this thing to go here.
I'm gonna be sitting in your lap with the way this is going.
Yeah. Listening to the birds has been very calming, actually.
Move around a little.
The camera's looking. It's trying.
I don't understand why it's not sharing.
What the hell is this? It's never done this before.
Hopefully we have one of our fans or viewers watching that loves watching the technical difficulties.
That's better. I drew it out. We're good.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
We have beautiful skies in Arizona.
Just stay still.
Amazing.
Is there? It's not there. It's
I
not
can try
coming
and
up.
share it, Mark, if that helps.
Yeah, go ahead. See if you
let
can
me
get
see.
it.
Okay, let's see if I can do. Okay, so I'm going to go here, share the screen. I think you have to let me. Oh, dagnabbit, I'm not on Edge. I didn't think I would need to be. Well, I might have to switch and come back. But anyway, the point is, there's a lot of amazing clips now of people waking up and sharing it. And I think they're realizing things very quickly. Is the point?
No, some people are waking up, and a lot of the quote unquote normies are waking up, and they're realizing that things aren't the way that they've been told they are. But what we're still dealing with is a lot of the people who are still brainwashed by the MSM.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm including patriots in this, believing what they hear. And I see that even with patriots who sit and rely on the alternative media and the podcasts for their information. But instead of taking that effort to research something and to find out facts on it, they are immediately going and taking whatever the idiot in front of the camera says is gospel.
Right. The biggest one seems to be a lot of people are really bent out of shape with this Pam Bondi thing. And I mean, isn't she just part of the movie as well? I mean, it's all being delayed to get people to get to that point where they're demanding this. And I think Pam Bondi's playing a key role in this whole thing personally. I mean, I don't know, but I just don't think it's by accident that she's been lollygagging. And I think it was Ryan Mata, that's been going off on her. And I'm like, dude, it's I don't know. And I don't know, Sean Ryan, he was going off on something too, but it just makes you wonder. I mean, are these organic frustrations? Are they part of the movie to get people? There's so much psychological warfare. And the cool thing with smaller channels, I mean, these aren't real small channels, but I mean, I just think, there's no game that we're playing. Like you, me, Dave, Rambo, we're just doing our thing. We're not part of this mainstream media that's been around a long time. That's, the Candace Owens, and then what's the dude that came in? Ian, what's Ian's last name, Scott?
Carol.
Ian, all these guys. It's like it's all kind of orchestrated. I think why people like shows like ours, we're really, no one's giving us inside scoop. We're just shooting from the cuff. We're from the hip. We're just doing our thing. We're not doing this. There's no payouts coming from anywhere. It's just we're just doing this authentically.
Well, Verity Metals does take care of you.
That's. I was gonna throw something in there, but I'd rather.
Yeah, but Joe, have you seen the Dow?
Give you a couple shillings.
Joe, have you seen the Dow?
Well, I've heard about it a little bit lately.
Inflammatory, shitty things she could have said, and I was thinking, well, this is fury coming from all the right places, probably. Now, I don't really care for Pam Bondi, but you got to wonder if that was just more bait.
Right.
Trump played this beautifully, where when it was like, well, there is no Epstein file. We had the binders. We had all those idiots standing up there with the binders. And they were empty. And then we
DC
had
Drano just like.
So bad. It was just so bad. Oh,
but
God.
It's so good. It's so good.
It is good. It's really good.
But this is the game that's being played. My opinion is from 2011, 2012 through the end of 2020. Things were being done. The war was being fought and ended. From 2020 to now, you're seeing the playback of the movie.
Yeah.
And so if you had to wait 9 years for the war to end, we have to wait 9 years for the end of the movie.
Right.
So, and in the case of Bondi, I think what they were attempting to do was just basically work the opposition into a froth to the point where be careful what you ask for, you just may get it. And they got it. And now what they're doing is scrambling for every single instance that they can to link the president into having been a participant at Epstein Island.
Yeah.
Even to the point, I've discussed this before too, where they immediately put out a video on X of him walking in a tuxedo with little Ivanka, leading people to believe that this was some little girl at Epstein Island or something they picked up.
Right.
But it was pretty obvious who it was. So it's, the stupidity that's out there is just beyond belief. But the fact that the MSM is not changing anything is the interesting part.
And I think this, Scott and I, and a bunch of us out here, we went, it's like, 9 or 10 of us. We went to go see Melania. Did you see Melania, Mark?
No, I don't know where to watch it yet.
It's a snoozer, right?
Yeah.
It's a real snoozer.
I did fall asleep.
Scott actually fell asleep.
Oh, you slept with Melania. Good for you. So.
But they did have the Elvis comms. They had the Michael Jackson comms big time. And it was filmed during Trump's presidency. So in other words, he came out from his speech on Inauguration Day, and there was the cameras rolling. So he knew, right? That this, like, he's telling you this is a movie. And it's a real snoozer. Women will probably like it.
It's fashionable. Yeah.
It's they get to see how her custom dresses are made. She's got the big R in her dress, right? Obviously the comp for 18 junior, right? And then at the end, there's a Monet painting that was donated to the hey, Silver, how you doing? That's my golden retriever.
Lovely. Well, I wanted a comment from Jules Patriot. So this is kind of nice to see this. I tried to red pill my husband about the sacrifices in the adrenochrome, and he said if I really believe that, he would have me committed. She then follows up with, he's now asking questions after the Epstein drop. There's been it feels like we went through a portal once the Epstein files finally dropped, like the few days ago version of it. Yeah. It's changed everything. I mean, I found myself still in shock because it's like, wow, it's really, I mean, it's very, very validating that it's happened. It's like, it's slow. Then 2026, it's just been from a fire hose.
But back onto the crux of the main topic.
Yes.
That came out, caused a huge, huge stir in the public. And what happened? Savannah Guthrie's mother goes missing. That's all we're talking about.
And there's a book that it's a family tradition. Yeah, it's crazy.
So, but this is a thing that the MSM has had a huge time doing, where a story is big. I discussed this, I forget if I did it on the air or just talking to somebody. It was within the past week or so. The story of Chandra Levy with Senator or Congressman Gary Condit. And she was killed, and they couldn't figure out who did it, and they were thinking that it was Condit that did it, and back and forth. And then the next thing you knew, that story disappeared because of two stories that kind of followed. One was, there was, I don't remember the kid's last name. He was an alleged 11-year-old pitching in the Little League World Series. And they found out that he wasn't, that he was actually like 15 or 16 years old from the Dominican Republic.
This is in New York. Yeah. In the Bronx. Yeah.
So that,
Goldman, wasn't it?
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
So that steered the narrative in a different direction, and then 9/11 happened, and I always considered Gary Condit to be the luckiest man on the face of the earth because that whole thing just disappeared.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it's all because of the fact that the media just drops it, doesn't follow up on it, and leaves the people just to forget about it.
Right, but what about the Savannah Guthrie where she's questioning Trump and saying, what about QAnon and the psychopaths? That clip alone is gold. And then when people start looking into her story, they're going to find that. And I just think it's another beautiful piece of the puzzle, whether it's a white hat move or a distraction or whatever it is. Now that clip can even get more viral and get more people to go, oh, she was the one asking. So it could have been to draw attention to her for her previous questions as well.
Well, Savannah Guthrie is also mentioned in the Q drops.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that she has a lot to do with the election tampering and the
Oh, yeah.
hurting of the 2020 election. And again, I'm doing it more, I think, than I've done in the 2 years I've been doing this. My opinion is her mother's in witness protection.
100%. Her mom's not missing.
Forget my bar. She's fine.
Yeah. Turning state's evidence against her daughter.
Yeah.
You know, I really think that that's what it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like
Good
that
call,
theory.
Mark. That is what it is. That's what it is.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And now you have to seam into the media. So you go after all these fuckers, right? Pardon my language. You go after all these people now. And she was the seam in. And you're exactly right, Joe. That interview, about her being, confronting Trump about QAnon. And Trump had her back, by the way. Trump's just like, is that a bad thing? Oh,
yeah, it was so well played.
He just played it perfectly. But yeah, now she's now these people, they made their bed and now they got to go to sleep in it. So enjoy.
Exactly. So you've got, again, all of these stories, like I said at the beginning, that are not being followed. It's the flavor of the day. It's the flavor of the week. If it bleeds, it leads.
Right.
Let's go back to where we started from. Start out with LA. Okay, because LA was, I don't know which was more so the case, either LA or Minnesota, as far as being George Floyd 2.0. Everything that went on with the George Floyd case wasn't only a psyop, it was a joke, the way that it was handled. And again, the information was out there because all people had to do was, I don't think it took more than a week before they released, uncut, the police body cam video. Now, is it a lot to look through? Yeah. You want to get the true information as a quote unquote journalist? Look at the police body cam video. And I've said this on the air a number of times too, when we get into stuff like this. When I go back to the Eric Garner case in Staten Island, New York, when the cop got accused and found guilty of using an illegal chokehold and killing the man.
That they're taught in police training, right?
Yeah. But when you look at the video, and again, this is journalism 101. There were all kinds of angles of that video. And when you look at that video, the cop, look, this guy was like a walking apartment building. He used the chokehold to bring him down to the ground. When he was crying, I can't breathe, they were holding him down. Nobody was around his neck. Nothing was around his neck. He died of an asthma attack. Cops lost their jobs, went to jail. Family profited $5 million from New York City. Doesn't work that way. Shouldn't work that way. And the same thing when you watch the body cam video from George Floyd. You're not going to scream for 45 minutes, I can't breathe. If you can't breathe, if you're screaming for 30 seconds, you've got pretty good breath control.
Right.
Well, I think that massive dose of fentanyl might have had something to do with the asthma attack, but
Fent Floyd.
Oh no, I'm talking that Floyd had the fentanyl, not
yeah,
not
Okay. The Fent Prince of Nowhere.
when
Well,
you're
no,
there.
it was established that he was innocent, but he's still in prison.
Well, what I heard was that the
He's
coroner, the Fed sent in a coroner from the Biden administration, and they came in and overdid the coroner report from the Minnesota local whatever, right? So they inserted it. It was like something out of a movie, and this poor officer, whatever his name is,
Chauvin.
Officer Chauvin, Derek Chauvin. You know, why is this guy in prison? I mean, I hope he's not in prison. I bet you he's not.
More than likely not.
Isn't it curious
More
that they
than
knew
likely
each
not.
other? They had worked
They knew each
together
other,
at that
whatever.
woman's nightclub.
Yep.
A little bit odd.
But from the normie take on it, it's a shame that that guy would be in prison for that, because that's what he's trained to do.
But that's not how the normies look at it, unfortunately.
Of course.
You know,
Well, they
this
put Daniel
is a white
Penny.
officer killed a black man.
Yeah. Daniel Penny.
Daniel Penny's another situation. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them.
But this is what gets done to stir the narrative
Right.
and to
There's a lot.
continue the brainwashing.
Yeah.
These are the things that are hurting not just the movement, they're hurting us as a people. They're hurting us as a society. They're hurting us as humanity. And people have to, you know, we unfortunately live in an era. I live in an area too that's not too great. But you live in an era where the people believe that whoever shouts the loudest wins. And we've gotten away from conversation. We've gotten away from respect.
But we haven't on this show, Mark.
I'm trying. I'm really trying to get away. But
Well, it was good to see Trump tweet today. You know, obviously today being President's Day, but it was good to see Trump tweet out that photo where he says, "I was once the hunted, and now I'm the hunter."
Yep.
So it signals where things are at. Like, I think we're, you know, everybody, this audience, you guys, you know, I know everybody's sitting here just like, we got to do something. We got to do something. Blah blah blah. You know, we got to push back. I think today signaled that with that Trump tweet, that we are going to start pushing back, and what that also signals is things are going to get crazy, you know, which is why you need to call Verity Metals, veritymetals.com.
That's right.
Gold and silver.
That's right. That's right. The best move of your life. But I'll say there's this lovely girl, Brittany, on Instagram, and she'd posted something that I've been thinking about. You know, if we're talking about moral outrage, this Epstein dump is about the most intense moral outrage any human being could ever suffer, and yet not a single riot. Not one. Not that I'm encouraging a riot. I'm just saying it really goes to show how Saul Alinsky motivated these things are. You know, I mean, it is theater in so many ways. You know, I think people are so beaten down by so much information that doesn't comport with logic or reason, which doesn't affect women all that much. But it's that was a joke.
I laughed.
It was so like snuck under the radar. I'm like, wait.
But seriously, it's like no outrage about this stuff, and we're talking about children. I can't think of anything more outrageous, and yet everybody's scratching their heads or other parts of their body.
people, well, I think people have to scratch that part of their body in order to scratch their heads. An unfortunate side effect. But, you know, we're dealing in a situation nowadays where people just don't, the priorities are messed up. The priorities are messed up. And what should be important to them isn't. And what is should never be. And so that's the societal schism that we have. I hope I'm not confusing people with difficult words or anything.
No. And well, and Denise mentioned something. So I mentioned the fire hose, and I'll have to look and see who said it, but the real fire hose begins tomorrow. Tomorrow's solar eclipse and the Chinese New Year will affect consciousness, a complete light bulb moment for sleepers. Scott, thoughts on that?
Agreed.
It's a Chinese thing. It's a Chinese.
No, it's that's a big part of this that doesn't get a lot of discussion in any kind of mainstream context. You know, the solar weather has been unprecedented. The planetary alignments have been unprecedented. We've seen things that we've never seen before in recorded human history. These things impact us massively. You know, I mean, when you're mindful of it and you're watching it, you really do see it. It's like, I don't know, predicting the weather, except that it actually works. You know, we're real poised for another Carrington event. Imagine what would happen if we had an EMP at this point. You know, maybe the 10 Days of Darkness is an EMP. Maybe it's a Carrington event. Maybe something along those lines. Who knows?
The reason I don't believe that to be, the one simple reason that I don't believe that to be, again, engineering mind. If you use an EMP, everything that's electrically or electronically operated gets fried, goes down. If you don't have the 100% backup
Yeah.
for all of those systems, everything's down.
Mm-hmm.
Or unless you happen to have been smart enough to know that it was coming and have shut off everything prior to it going off, then you're safe. But if that goes down, that would Stone Age the planet, essentially, because there isn't a cell phone that would work, there isn't a computer that would work, there isn't a TV that would work. All electronics would be fried. So that somebody had brought that up a long time ago, and I really doubted it then, and I doubt that now. That's a dangerous solution.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't think that it would be intentionally deployed. I think it would have everything to do with solar weather. But you know, and I'm thinking about Looking Glass, and maybe we're seeing this. Maybe it would be just an interruption. We don't really know a lot about these things, but I don't know. You know, Reagan used to talk about a unity event in the form of you know, an alien invasion, and how it would unify everyone because we'd have a common enemy, kind of a thing. I think is the context in which he stated it. But
see, but you just brought up an interesting use of words to think about, because who says it would be an enemy?
right.
And
Yeah.
this is our thought process.
Yeah.
Immediately, if an alien came in, and we're not talking, you know, Jose slipping over the border, we're talking about, you know, Spock coming down and going, you know, live long and prosper. It's who says it's a bad thing? And it's one of those situations where, again, our thought processes, because of how we've been brainwashed, because of what the media has done to exacerbate that brainwashing, we think in a pattern that is inherently negative. And sometimes you have people, and I'm one of them. I'm guilty of this. I can ask my wife. You know, people react before they think.
An EMP event to me seems plausible. Why? Because they blame it on something like a solar flare, right? And then they could bring in the issue of climate change, where, hey, climate change is going to destroy the world. Put people in that. See, their whole game is putting people in a state of fear, right? That's the brainwashing mechanism. So if you could put people in a state of fear, even if it's like the average conservative, the Fox News watcher, who completely supports Trump, it would put them in a state of fear, and they'd be like, oh yeah, well, we probably have to solve this climate change thing because our entire electricity just went out. So it would seem to me that an EMP is probably the most likely thing of all for the 12 Days of Darkness.
But
Well,
don't you think it'd be part of the theater? Because to me,
Well, it is part of the theater.
Yeah, to
But go
me,
ahead.
it's never been more obvious that the White Hats are in control. I mean, the absurdity of what we've seen. You know, I mean, from our perspective, especially.
Maybe we need to get rid of these electronics. Maybe that's part of it.
Sure. Yeah.
well, but think about one thing. Think about one thing, and I go back to what I said in regard to EMPs. Think about what happened a couple of weeks ago with Verizon, the
Mhm.
biggest carrier in the world.
We
My
call
phone
that-
went down.
we call
One of
that
my phones went down.
foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing, right?
And think about what happened, what was it, a year and a half ago in the Middle East, with systems and the electrical grid and everything else going down. Everything is digital. Digital is a series of zeros and ones. Digital with Starlink or whatever is controlled by the flip of a switch. Everything is zoned. So if, your local power company has a line down and they need to fix it, kill zone 12. Boom, done. Everybody in the area has no power. They fix it. Okay, we're good. Boom, bring back up zone 12. It's as simple as that without employing an EMP. That fries everything.
It's absurd, Mark, is our United States power grid has 9 targets. 9. That's it. There's no redundancy beyond that. If those 9 targets get hit, our grid is down. That was designed that way. I mean, very intentionally, obviously, because anybody with a brain in their head would have redundancies in place for just such a thing.
Well, I was working the day that the entire East Coast went down. Okay, and I happened to be inside that day. I was supervising the edit floor in a room with no windows, and everything went black. And I sat there and I laughed my ass off. And then emergency power started to come back on. And the next thing I saw were the maintenance guys running extension cords from the rooms that were working to the rooms that weren't working. Now, the entire eastern seaboard is down, all the way west to Ohio. Why are you worried about getting the signal out? Who can see it? But there's the mentality again. There's the mentality. So I sat there and just, it was an hysterical day for me. Large overtime day too, but just an absolutely hysterical day because you watch the futility of humans running around chasing their tails for no good reason. Whatever they want to do, they have the capability of doing.
Yep.
And they have the capability of doing it with the flip of a switch. Just as simple as that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. There's a lot of comments in the chat about reptilians, and I gotta say, we had Eric, who he was on our show, Truth Stream, a couple years ago, and he married a reptilian, is his story. Well, he went on to Above the Rabbit Hole, and they just lit him up. I mean, they were asking for evidence. It didn't really go as smoothly as I was hoping. I think they went from never really learning about this to having Eric on the show without researching a lot of the other, David Icke or many of the other channels that Scott and I are familiar with. And I think they're going to dig into it, but they went from zero to Eric, and it didn't bode too well. So
should have gone with Kevin.
What's that?
Should have gone with Kevin. But apparently Charlie Kirk also married a reptilian. I don't know if you've seen the footage. But Erica's slit eye thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
he creeps me out.
Yeah. There's the reptilian thing. It's been around a really long time. And I just think that, if it's pretty, there's plenty of information on, there's literally videos of people, girls at a gas station screaming, they're eating people. Like it's out there. So as far as the comments about reptilians, yeah, it's really a thing. It's very odd. I'm glad I've never seen one. It'd be very creepy and weird. I mean, that knowingly seen one, like I might have. What's that?
I thought you did.
Who?
Well, we're not getting into that tonight. Well, we also met someone that was very clearly not human on the Truth Social.
Oh, on the show where I was very angry on that show.
Oh no, that was different. Yeah, no, there was another one. We've seen several non-humans at this point.
I wish I would have kept that footage. Now I was so pissed off at that person.
Oh, I know. He just wiped all.
Well, she just comes on like, I'm the truth about. I'm like, okay, you're basically negating pretty much everyone else who's been on our show, and you're coming in like you're the fact, like it's your opinion. And boy, she just really, Anyway, I digress. I had to address the reptilian comments in the chat. Hi, Mom. I'm on a show. I can't.
We need to do a highlight reel. That would have been great when you were like, "Screw it, I'm going skateboarding." I mean, he's a gray alien shows up on our
Gosh.
nuts.
I didn't realize that Area 51 had its own booking agency.
Yeah.
You got to get me that person's name. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's weird the way that people, like I said, look at things and the way that they interpret things. Do I necessarily subscribe to reptilians and this and that and the other? No, not so much.
You just haven't
And
met
as
them
a matter of
yet.
fact, somebody had sent me a video, I don't know, a week or so ago. I forget who it was, of some young girl screaming about, they're eating babies. They're eating
Yeah, that's
babies.
been around for
That was a
for
girl that
years.
escaped.
Yeah.
No, she had just escaped. I think that was associated with Epstein, wasn't it?
I think that she had just heard about Epstein and the files had just come out. It was right after the files had come out. You might have sent it to me, Joe. I'm not really sure.
There was a girl. She was like at a gas station or something like that. I
no.
don't know if she was previously at a party and she was screaming that they're eating people, and then she was never heard from again after that.
No, this was a girl like in her room making a video.
Oh,
She just heard about all this and was awakened to it and said, they're eating babies. They're eating the and
We might be talking about two different clips.
yeah.
So,
One might have been more recent. And someone just said Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins. He talked about how, how he met a reptilian. But at the same time, there's plenty of lyrics in his songs, and in the videos is the Masonic. So I don't who's even who anymore.
But it's not boring.
no.
And Scott, there's the close up.
I know. This camera's doing its own thing tonight. Look at this. It's crazy. It's over there.
This reminds me of when we first got the robotic cameras in.
I'm going to go over here.
Yes.
And
Well,
what
that got nothing.
one of the anchors who hated them used to do was very, very slowly move their chairs out of frame.
There we go.
Just
Never done this before.
They just very, very slowly go like this.
Oh, gosh, doing it again.
It's
It
almost like that
This
scene
we have a horror
where
movie.
it's the Robert
There we go.
it's the Robert Redford meme, Scott, where it zooms in really close and then he's doing the
Yeah, Jeremiah Johnson.
That's right. That's it right there.
No, it's
Chihuahua.
kind of-
Mark, it's my Chihuahua.
you have 3 dogs?
I got 3 dogs. Yeah,
Wow.
3 dog night.
2 cats.
That should bring joy to the world.
Yeah, they're good.
Yes.
They're good boys.
And he has a pool. It's an awesome house. Matt, I got to say, I do love your house, man.
Thank you.
It's awesome down
It's
there.
fun for here.
Yeah, I do too.
We live on the
haven't
water
left
in the
yet.
middle of the desert.
I was going to say, where you are, you have to have a pool.
Oh, no, we have a pool, but this over here is actually a river.
Oh, really?
I have a boat dock right here, so we could go hop on a boat and go drive around the neighborhood.
Nice.
Kind of fun. Yeah.
It's like the Venice of Arizona.
The Venice of Arizona.
I told him he should get a gondola. To wear the hats and just, go around the neighborhood singing.
That might scare people. You never know.
I have a question for
Definitely.
Mark. Mark, what's cool is Matt is now starting to get texts from his friends, childhood friends, it sounds like. Marin, who we just had on the show, or we just did a show with, is her Instagram's blowing up. I'm getting some messages, not a whole lot yet, but just maybe more interest in some of my posts, I suppose. But Mark, you've been in this a long time. What are you seeing from your perspective of friends who have watched you go from being in the industry or into now you're at the forefront of this movement? What are you seeing with people reaching out to you? Anything yet?
It kind of varies. I'm seeing
Okay.
more from people, friends of mine that I know, who are starting to wake up than I am at all from former colleagues who are friends.
Okay.
I don't even discuss. My really close friends that I'm still in touch with. I tell them all the time that I changed my plates from NYP to fake news. So they kind of get a laugh out of that, but they think I'm nuts. And that's absolutely fine with me because I think that they're nuts, that they're not, again, they're as dead from the neck up as they were when they were working.
See, I
And
would
it's
have
so
thought Laura Logan. Have you ever worked with her? Because I would have thought that she absolutely woke people up in that industry. Tucker Carlson was instrumental in that as well.
Tucker, look, I know Tucker's very popular, and I don't like to put somebody like Tucker Carlson down, but I said it before, Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity invented what I consider to be the bully pulpit. Actually, what's his face did it before them? Bill O'Reilly
Bill O'Reilly, yeah.
is the bully pulpit, where you ask a person a question, and then you interrupt them in the middle of their answer because they're not answering it the way that you want to hear it.
Sounds like Alex Jones.
Yeah, it's that same type of mentality, and that's not journalism. It's not respectful, number one, and it's not journalism, number two, because what you're getting is you're steering the answer.
Right.
That's what you're supposed to be doing. But with a lot of people that I've worked with, I did have Lara on the show, and that was a great interview, and she's really very good. And she's very much so on the same page that I am. She sees the problem with the mainstream media. She
Yeah.
also had her series of bad experiences with mainstream media, so we both have that in common as well. The media itself is first and foremost, it's a business. It is a business. People who work for it work for corporate America, plain and simple. And basically, the people on my end of the business, the engineers and the technicians and this and that and the other, are providing a service to the idiots who stand in front of the camera and spew their editorials. So, how complicit are we? We're not writing it, we're not speaking it.
What a set of knockers.
Oh gosh, yeah, she's built. But Laura was having a conversation with Tucker Carlson about their handlers, and she came to the realization during the interview of, oh my God, my producer was my handler.
Wait, wasn't that with Mike Smith from Into the Light in that movie?
Oh no, you're right. It was.
Yeah, because she just interviewed him again.
Yeah,
Mike,
fantastic.
it was incredible.
Yeah, that's right. It was that interview. That was phenomenal. Thank you, Joe.
I'm gonna pop out and pop back in because there's some stuff I want to share, and I can't do it from this screen. So, guys, I'll be right back. 2 and 2.
Sounds good.
But these are the types of things that go on, and you could consider them, everybody along the food chain in the news business is a handler or has a handler.
Right. It's like Hollywood.
It's like any corporate structure.
Right.
There's a lot of handling going on.
You've got the assignment editors who have to answer to the assignment manager. You have the desk assistants who have to answer to the assignment desk. You've got the technicians who have to answer to whoever's in charge of technical at the station. Then you've got everybody in the department who has to answer to the news director. News director has to answer to the general manager. General manager has to answer to the head of the owned and operated stations. It's just an ongoing pyramid. And at the top you had Bob Iger, So you were dealing with different things that really made it that much more difficult. Is Joey in the middle?
Hey.
But these are the types of things that you have to deal with. Will you stop playing with the camera, you yucklehead?
We're firing the cameraman. He's done.
Stop feeding him peyote. That's what the problem is. It is, when you boil it down, it's a business. The unions that we belong to, they were businesses. They didn't really represent us. They ended up representing themselves, making whatever deals they made to get the contract to go through and get their own kickback and selling us down the river. It's just an endless stream of business and who's greasing who and who's getting what in the end.
When they work for the company. The company is the CIA, and Sean Hannity couldn't make it more obvious if he tried. He even wears the little pin on his lapel.
Mm-hmm.
The CIA pin.
I think Sean Hannity's a good guy. I mean, he was early on supporting Trump and never wavered. And I think he's in operation. I think Hannity.
Yeah.
I think he was bad and was turned good. And, he's done a good job for Trump. He did a great job for Trump.
If you notice, most of the people that are in the administration, most of the people that have any kind of a voice are present or former members of Fox.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. And, people think of Fox as Fox News, period. But you still got, just like we have, ABC World News at night and all the other programs that are network programs, most of the stuff stems from the local stations.
Mark, at what point did it go from, news had a formula, right? And it was, kind of an unbiased look at current events and so on. There seemed to be an effort in that direction that prevailed. And then all of a sudden, it was all editorial. It was all opinions. It was all personalities. Then we had, the worst example or the best example is The View. What a horrible show that is. But that's kind of where all of it went.
Well, you went from 12 angry.
Happen?
Went from 12 angry men to 5 angry women, but it's I've said it on the air. People have asked me this a bunch of times. 1985. It's simple. 1985, when big business took over the media. We were the first ones to go. Capital Cities bought us, and I think after that, GE bought NBC, and Viacom bought CBS. And then eventually Cap City sold us to Disney. And
somebody screenshot that and make a t-shirt.
and there we were working for the rat. And it's
Right.
As a matter of fact, it was so bad that in New York at WABC, many people referred to us as Mauschwitz on the Hudson.
Oh man.
Wow.
Not Auschwitz, Mauschwitz.
Right. I've
Yeah.
never heard that term.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was very, very interesting.
Sounds
But
like
again, it happened because big business took over, and that was when we went to, as they called it, Ken and Barbie News. It was just the blonde-haired, blue-eyed men and women anchoring who were nothing more than readers. And you had a few exceptions in there, but for the most part, they were just readers, and they were there to do nothing but read. And with the advent of cable and more news stations on cable and more availability of 24-hour-a-day news, that's when they also got into the idea of, we've got everybody here, we're paying them, let's throw in another news show. If we sell one commercial, we're making money. So we're ahead of the game. But the more news shows that you put in during the course of the day, especially on a local basis, there's no way in hell you can responsibly report a story. You don't have the time to do it.
Right.
Yeah. It's not about that.
The control is unreal. We've had massive historical events taking place that don't make the news. What was it? Kim Jong-un just made Zionism illegal in North Korea, I think. That's massive. Putin's kicking Zionists out of Russia. just these massive events are taking place. They're getting zero coverage.
Well, to me, what's more important than that is how many people don't know what Zionism means.
Yeah.
How many Jews
Don't know.
do call themselves Zionists and have no idea what that actually implies?
Correct. Good point.
And that's amazing. And this is, again, it goes back to education and the fact that we've got all of this information at our fingertips and people don't bother to use it.
Yeah.
You
Well,
must
you
be
know,
wearing some special cologne that it keeps.
It must be. This thing is
real quick. Speaking of events, someone in the chat mentioned this. I think this is Patriot, Light Warrior Patriot. I'll have to double check the name, but I think she's going to be there too. Yeah, Light Warrior Patriot. Guys, we are going to be in New York the last weekend of April, and I'm going to pull up the share screen here. Share the screen. Thank you. Mark, is this all right to share?
Oh, yeah. For you, it comes up. Yeah. How about that? For me,
Is it up?
That's kind of a personal question, don't you think?
Whoa.
At your age, that's impressive.
There it is. Now I see it, which is an awkward answer. So if I'm going to scroll down here, there's where to get the tickets. Here's all the speakers. And I don't think Scott even knows this, but Scott, take a look who's going to be there. Derek Johnson, Dr. Jan Halper Hayes.
My good buddy Carrie Cassidy will be there. I'm excited.
Yep. Brad Olson, Lisa Schermerhorn, myself, Laura Worley, Scott Stone, Bruce Poppy, Matt Geiger, Light Warrior.
Up my headshot, by the way, because the first one was.
Yeah, Scott needs a better photo. They got a great one of me. They took it off my website, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they've been waiting
like
for a headshot from Scott, but that they went with that one for now. Then we got Susan Ligenfelter. I have not met her yet. Mark Abrams, of course. Mark's still just trying to figure out if he can 100% be there or will be calling it in. He's aiming. Stu, Alyssa, Lewis Herms. He's not sure either. He's going to be pretty busy in California, but if he can make it. And then Chris O'Connor. So, yeah, I just want to let people know about that.
You know, I'm taking you to my hometown pizzeria.
That's right.
We're going to my hometown pizzeria.
We got to do it.
Where's that?
And it's going to be, the venue is at the New York Elks Lodge, 57 Hempstead Avenue in Lynbrook, New York, ladies and gentlemen. So I just want to let you guys know that the website is theawakeningsummit.org. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that with people.
And for all of you who are not New Yorkers or are in the New York area, especially, great part about this event is it's in the part of Long Island that's pretty easy to get to.
Nice.
So, normally getting to and from Long Island is a painstaking process. This is really easy to get to. So,
and the early bird tickets are until March 1st. So thank you, Light Warrior Patriot, for mentioning that in the chat, because I told Elisa that we would be sharing this on our shows, and what a better show to share that information with than the people that are actually going to be there in one form or another.
Where is your favorite pizzeria?
Carlo's Pizzeria on Main Street in Port Washington, New York.
That's on the other side.
I mean, it's North Shore.
Yeah, but this is a South Shore.
We're gonna have a rental car, so we'll about 35 minutes in Lynbrook.
It's worth it. We got to do it.
Yeah, so we have to do it because
it's not a choice.
We're just gonna get a plain cheese slice, just a plain cheese.
Oh yeah,
it's the best. The best.
Not just one.
I'm a Brooklyn boy. That's debatable.
There's so many good places.
We'll go to your favorite place, Mark, and then we'll do a taste test.
Well, you got what is it? Is it Salvador's? They were actually rated by that guy from Dave Portnoy. What a jerk. They were rated by Dave Portnoy, which who cares? But I do like what he's doing, which, hey, if you could bring a pizzeria some business, that's great. True. And I'm all for that. I don't care about Portnoy's views. He was against Roger Goodell of the NFL. So, you know what? In all fairness to Dave Portnoy, keep up the good work, but he is kind of a douchebag.
Where can we get a good?
Oh
cannoli?
yeah.
I need a good cannoli. I haven't had one
I'll
in
take you
years.
to cannolis.
Oh, you could find cannolis
You're not everywhere. They're
on the
everywhere.
island, in the city,
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Italian food is not
In
lacking.
water.
It's like crab in Maryland, right?
It's like crab
We
in
just had that
Maryland,
conversation
lobster in
today.
Maine. It's,
Or,
it's
you know,
You leave your mouth open wide
or
enough, long
or in
enough.
and around Kamala, you know, you
Yeah,
pull what crabs
it's
you
like
want.
salmon in the Northwest. It just lands in your mouth if you just stand there with your mouth open long enough.
Oh, good God! No, I'm glad you posted that, because that's
It's
important.
gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time, and I hope whatever viewers are out there. I hope you guys come. It's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, if you're in the area, like I said,
Come on down.
especially if you're a New Yorker, Lynbrook is not that hard to get to, just over the Queens border. So not far from JFK.
That's right. That's right. And people are wondering it. Scott and I, Truth Stream started in Washington State in the Puyallup, Tacoma area. And yes, we are traveling. Not only are we traveling to New York in April, but we're also going to Dallas to go to Threadfest in March. And Matt's going to be there too with Scott and I. And that's going to be really exciting.
We got an Airbnb. It's already booked. This place is gorgeous. So whoever wants to come for the after party, just let us know, because we're gonna be there. I know everybody's gonna be at the hotel and at the Marriott or whatever. I'm gonna be cooking steaks. I'm gonna be cooking steaks at the Airbnb, because I don't like
That's
hotels
right.
and Airbnbs.
And boy, am I ready for one after being at a vegan retreat for 18 days. I had no idea what the diet was going to be.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know about. Sorry.
I mean, it's great. It's great for my mom, and I'll probably be doing a lot more vegan. And I get it. I get that. But man, I'm a little bit in shock.
Well, you look great. So if it's any consolation,
Hey, I lost about 8 pounds.
You look Tony Robbins good, man. Really.
Hey.
And by the way, I'd like to say I'm a shithead friend. I did not wish Joe a happy birthday on his birthday, because I have just absolutely no sense
I
of
did.
time.
I wish you a happy birthday, Joe.
Well, I celebrated all month anyway, so it's
Exactly.
okay.
So yeah. Well,
So everybody in the comment section, wish Joe a happy birthday.
When
It was
your
the
birthday?
13th, and I'm actually in California right now at a healing retreat with my mom and my brother, and they let Gigi come here, the dog. So it's been incredible to watch my mom's blood sugar levels drop. And I mean, the secret is this. I mean, just for people, and this was a little confronting. It's a plant-based diet. I know that there's carnivore diets out there. In a nutshell, they said that's not the way to go, because there's a lot of fats that are not good. We're not supposed to really cook in oil, and it is a little bit extreme. And it's also eating at 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. And that alone can really help people. And maybe down the road, my mom could try something else. But we've been trying to figure this out for 15 months, and it's been really, really stressful. So I appreciate my friends that are telling me, what about the carnivore diet? But right now, we've got to see one thing that works, and then over time, if my mom gets stable, then she could introduce other things and just see what the effect is. But when there's no foundation, it was hard to figure out what was causing what. My mom was being her own pharmacist, her own nutritionist, her own doctor. It was a circus. It was really, really challenging. So at least we've got some kind of idea on how to get this mitigated to somewhere that's manageable. So I just wanted to give people an update on that.
Well,
yeah, and what I do want to
wish her
mention,
well.
Joe is now officially older than I am again. So that.
Yes,
Born in the same
chronologically.
year.
Yeah.
He's a little bit older.
You're still kids. You're still
It's
kids.
true. It's true.
Well, we act like them. Yeah.
Hey, with this life extension technology, you know what? Even you, Mark, you're halfway through your life, and that's
I tell my wife that all the time. I
Yeah.
haven't reached half life yet.
haven't even reached half life. And I just want to say it again on the broadcast, we're going to do a $5,000 donation to your charity. I know you're doing
Wow.
good over there.
Thank
It's
you.
going to be $2,500 from my company and $2,500 from me personally.
That's so cool, man.
And we'll continue to do it. Anybody calling in on the shows, I love this stuff. I love putting money back into the cause, because I know you're doing great work, and I don't have to worry about where it's going and what it's doing. I know, and that's what, and I would encourage everybody to do that, on any budget, even if you don't have much money, like donate to great causes, because there's something called karma, and karma comes back to you. It really does. And I've made a career on karma, literally. And I'll share my secret to success. I'm no Tony Robbins over here, but you align yourself with the people you want to be around. You involve yourself in the causes that are important to you, and you know what? It all, God has his way. He has his way, and it's unbelievable. And I would tell everybody out there, do whatever you can for somebody else, and you're going to see it comes right back to you. You wind up making more money by giving away money, and it's this phenomenon that I've been living by for 5-10 years now, and I love doing it, and I appreciate you, Mark. I really I can't wait to hang out and have a beer with you.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate what you're doing. This is, and just for those, bouncing off of that, because that's what I do for a living. Not making a living here, but that's what I do for it, or what I did for it. Anybody who wants to get a copy of Who Saves the Children, I finally got this all sorted out, so it makes a lot of sense. It's a simple $5 donation. You're not donating to me. You got a choice of the 4 charities that I believe in, because they're doing nothing but supporting the kids. They're not funding themselves or paying a board or anything else. So you could go to ARC, which is Association for Recovery of Children. You've got the address there. You've got Shared Hope International, got More to Living, and of course, America's Future. 100% of the proceeds go to saving the children. All you got to do is send a $5 donation. Let me know that you've done so at fake news 7ny54 at protonmail.com, and I will send you a copy of the song. So again, none of it, not a penny of it, is going to me. It is all going to the kids.
Amen.
So thank you again, Matt. It's extremely generous, and
happy to. I know you're doing great stuff, and I love doing it. I love it. I love it.
I'm trying hard, and just trying to get it out there as much as possible, because it's the most important thing that we've got. These kids don't ask to be born. I have great empathy for the veterans as well. They didn't ask to be sent into the situation they were sent into, and a lot of that is going to be coming out.
We're in a period of time where all the bullshit's being revealed, right? And you know what? It's up to us. It's not up to Trump. It's not up to these other people. We gotta take matters into our own hands. And I've realized that, a while back. And this is what I do. I mean, I do what I can. Scott. I know Scott's been getting involved. It's fun, and we can literally change. We could literally make this country into what we want it to be, and the best is yet to come. And when people realize that and you internalize that, let me tell you something. Every single person on this show that's watching the show, no matter what budget you're on, you will find a way. You will find $5 to donate, okay, or $50 or $1,000, because you know what? That $1,000 you go put into it, you're going to get back $10,000, because it's the way the universe works. It's this. I can't even tell you. It's been unbelievable. And I love to do this stuff. And Mark, you're a hell of a guy, and we've just started getting to know each other. And it's fun, man. I'm enjoying it. Like, we're living through the greatest time in human history. Get involved, folks. Put your money where your mouth is. Go pull out your debit or credit card. Go find Mark's charity or whatever. Vet it. Do obviously Mark's got the good thing going, but whatever it is, stick your money into it. Because it's going to pay you back tenfold, whether that be in income, whether that be in just a better world. And we're doing it. We're the guys that are doing it. And that's fun to be a part of. That's exciting to me.
And you know what? And I hope I'm not insulting anybody out there, but if you can afford to give a $5 Rumble rant, you can afford to, even if you don't want a copy of the song, just Mark, donate $5. Yes.
Can Matt also get a copy of the Michelle Obama song?
Absolutely. You know what? For $5,000, I'll send them Big
Yeah,
Mike
you know
and Ball Chin Man, and the song from the COVID special. There you go.
It's great. Whatever we got to do, we'll do it. I'll put up whatever I got. I don't care, man. I want to get the F out of this nonsense. We're living through great times, and I'm enjoying it, man. Having Scott here at my house, he's just every day is just a great day, and we're having fun. We're having fun, man. This is one of my best friends right here.
I'm really glad that you let him get out of the French maid's costume too. How well
he actually had to come pick up his gold and silver because they got a 10% sales tax now on precious metals as of the 1st. So he's gonna have to bring it back on a plane with him or something.
Yeah, Washington is taxing everything. They actually.
I was going to say, is there other states that did that too, or was it just Washington?
It was Washington.
Washington.
Yeah. I got hit with. I lost money on a deal, and actually, it was so cool because our Patriot clients are like, we didn't know it got enacted right as he did the transaction, and we actually lost because we're not making 10%. That's a huge amount on a purchase, and we actually lost money. He did another purchase, and he said, Matt, take your commission on the next one, and take out whatever you lost on the other. And which is really, that's what's so cool about our community. It's like they're honest people. It's like I get people that call up from these shows, and it's like we screwed. Technically I screwed up, but they made good on it, and that's cool. When your customer makes good on it, that's when you know you're around the right people. And I thank God that I get to deal with this community, the patriots of the world, of the United States. I have the dream job of talking to these people and dealing with them, and I'm going to take care of them. That's my job in this world. I'm going to do whatever I can for them.
I listen to it all day long. It's the coolest thing ever. The conversations he has with the clients that call in.
We're not talking about gold and silver. We're talking about Michelle Obama being a man. This is what we talk about.
If people watch our show, Joe, Matt will be like,
what'd you say, Bart?
No, with this whole thing, because it's actually a good question to ask you while you're here. With the way that it's been the past couple of weeks, and you being in the business, do you think that a lot of what's going on with the fluctuation that we've seen, silver going up to $1.20, and then now coming back down in the $75 range, do you think that that's a sign that they're trying to give people one final opportunity to get in before it just goes out of hand?
Exactly right. It's the white hats are in control of the prices. Okay, they're going to bury these banks, or really the Federal Reserve, because the Federal Reserve most likely has these short positions. I think Trump offloaded these short positions to the Federal Reserve to preserve the banks, right? They're going to have their day in court, and they're going to be prosecuted for a lot of crimes. JP Morgan, Bank of America, Citi, right? But Trump's got to obviously keep stability in the banking system and keep appearances as usual. Absolutely. I think you hit the nail on the head. It's a buying opportunity for everybody out there. Get it as quickly as you can. It's not going to be the price that's prohibitive. It's going to be your ability to get it. I talk about it. I've coined that phrase. It's going to be your ability to get it. And when this stuff starts going up again, you're not going to be able to get silver. Maybe you might be able to get gold, right? Eventually, it's probably going to be platinum. I mean, even platinum's hard to get. Oh, I sold out one of the wholesalers in platinum recently. Personally, I sold them out. I think, get your hands on the stuff as quickly as possible. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? But the best is yet to come. Money doesn't rule everything. I think it's the relationships you make in life. I'm glad to be with you guys. To me, that's an honor. And, I'm just grateful for the way things are going. I'm grateful for President Trump, his administration, and I see what he's doing, and I salute our the greatest leader in human history.
Well, when you look back at everything, and again, we're getting back to all the points that people missed, that the mainstream media missed, and that the people who follow the mainstream media missed. Just go back to Inauguration Day 2017. Never in the history of the United States did you have the military come out behind the president, staged purposely until he got the words out of returning the government to the people. And then they about-faced and walked out, and nobody questioned it.
Gives me
Nobody
chills.
questioned it.
Gives me chills.
There's so much out there that people should be able to see, need to be able to see, and should be paying attention to, instead of all the petty, instant gratification things that have become the norm in our society. And this is why, again, I don't know how many people out there, I purposely moved the show to Monday, the weekend of Super Bowl Sunday, because I wasn't going to compete with it. And I'm kind of disturbed at how many people still tune in to watch the Super Bowl, especially Patriots tune in to watch the Super Bowl.
We didn't watch it. We didn't watch any of that bullshit.
We were having a great dinner.
Yeah, we had a great dinner.
And you know what? That's, like I've said to people all the time, if you want to go support sports, go down to your local high school, watch a football game, watch baseball game.
Yeah.
Watch a hockey game with a street hockey game with kids. Go and support your local neighborhood business. Go do what's right for the whole, as opposed to the corporate structure, because it's corporate structure that put us where we are. Well, no, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. We put us where we are by buying the bullshit of the corporate entities and the powers that be. We got us here. Only we can get us out.
Amen.
So before we go to our closing entertainment of the night, any last words? Start with Scott.
Well, yeah, I mean, just one of those great news pieces that hasn't gotten enough coverage is when Trump defeated this, the high interest rates from credit card companies.
10%.
Jamie Dimon is the biggest recipient, of these interest rates, and he just got him off at the knees. This is massive. This is massive for everybody watching.
It helps a lot of people.
Yeah, and
it
sends a sign about usury. It sends a sign about, it sends a message about the world we're about to be living in. And, as dark as a lot of this is, especially for people that are late to the party and didn't know about the stuff we're reading about Epstein, and didn't know about all this. I mean, that's a shock for a lot of folks. We've known for like a decade, but and most everybody in the audience probably, we're all in the same boat, but we're watching the world transform before our eyes. It's so phenomenal. What's happening with Europe? With their controlled implosion, it's failing miserably. They're backpedaling so quickly. Things have really turned. The tide has turned. There's every reason in the world to be hopeful and excited, and we're on the forefront of all these great technologies that are coming. We're seeing drip, flood every day. So,
and we've come a long way from the drip that was.
Yeah.
And
there'll be disclosure about all kinds of stuff. Scarcity has been largely manufactured. Just look at just the impact of 0 point energy alone. 75% of all the cost of goods and services is related to the energy it takes, to produce them. You cut that cost to next to zero. What kind of abundant world are we about to live in? It's just absolutely wonderful where we're at right now. Painful to know how we got here, but wonderful to know where we're going. So,
very, very, very true. Maddie, how about you?
Not just grateful to you guys, really grateful to the audience. I mean, talk about a dream job. You get to talk to Patriots every day, and it's just, I get to hear people's awakening experiences and just all this cool stuff that we all share. I'm one of the audience, I'm just a gold dealer who just happened to be, getting in touch with you guys, and it's like it's fun, and I want to take care of these people, and there's I want to make sure that the job gets done right. And you go out to these jokers at places like Los Angeles. These people are scumbags. They're criminals. And let me tell you something. These brokers charging these commissions. Let me tell you something, Mark. These jokers charging these commissions, they are personally liable. They're committing. It may not be regulated, right? It's a totally unregulated industry. You're going to need to, you're going to need to come to somebody like me to actually take care of you, right?
Yeah, but not fraud is fraud.
Fraud is fraud.
No matter how you look at it.
I want nothing to do with that. Okay, I want nothing to do with it. And I just love our Patriot community. It has been the experience of a lifetime. Waking up. I mean, my aunt was the original publisher of George Magazine in the 1990s. My aunt Eleanor Carmody Gibbons. She's there in the bold font. She's not the little name. She's one of the big names, right? And I've got all the Kennedy stuff. Like, I love doing what I'm doing. Like, guys, I'm living my best life.
Yes.
And I love being a part of it with you guys. And I just hope the audience knows that my heart's in the right place, and I want to take care of them. And I'm grateful for being alive. Grateful to you guys. You guys are all Joe. I mean, freaking, it's Joe. Joe's just the man. I love you, man. And I look forward to us getting together, whether it be in Texas, New York, whatever. And I hope to see all the viewers there too. So I'll give you all a big hug.
Excellent. And anybody, that's how you can contact Matt at veritymetals.com. If you're looking to convert some of what you got into gold or silver, that's where you need to go.
We'll do it right.
Exactly.
He will take care of you. Jojo.
Well, Scott and I haven't done a show together in a while until we were on with Marin and Lady D the other day, and it's been so great to have Scott have the support of Matt, and I've had the support of Matt over the last year as not only a business but as a friend, as someone we can reach out to. And those are the people that Scott and I have been very picky on how we've who we've aligned ourselves with, because we had to be. And there was a different company, we won't name names, and we got some feedback from the audience, and we quickly changed our course with that. But it's been so great to have Scott doing a lot of these amazing. He's had just amazing guests on while I've been able to focus on my mom. And I just want to thank Scott personally for stepping up and putting together amazing shows. He has great taste in his guests, and they talk about subject matter that you just don't hear on many other shows. And I've been going through some of the clips of the Haim Harlow interview, and it's just mind-blowing stuff. So it's just to have a team. We have a team here. And then, to meet, we get to meet Mark in person relatively soon, but I hope people are going to either see us in New York or Dallas at Threadfest. And this is just the start. I mean, Scott and I actually, as of 2025, we can actually afford to travel now. And that's because of the people that we've aligned ourselves with. And that to us, that's success. I mean, Scott and I it was about 2 years ago. We were literally basically almost in tears, letting people know, hey, if you can just send a little bit to support the show and blah, blah, blah. And 2025 was a very, very pivotal year for us. And we don't take anything for granted. We don't take our relationship with our friends and our sponsors for granted. We're very appreciative. I mean, really, I've been an entrepreneur for 30 years, whether it's been films, music, nightclubs, bartending, because bartending, you're your own business really. But to finally get to a place in my life where I can breathe and I can do what I love. And I just put out a music video a couple days ago that Mark's going to play, but it's an amazing time. And this is just the start. So life is pretty darn incredible. And I'm very appreciative of everybody that's been part of this journey. So thank you guys that are watching, and thank you, Matt, Scott, and Mark. I really appreciate you.
That's amazing. Thank you, Joe.
I really enjoy doing shows like this. Doing the shows on child trafficking, it's not easy. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of anxiety, and it's not easy on the audience either. They've got to listen to some pretty horrific stuff and some pretty sad stories and awaken to what's been going on. So when I get the opportunity to share the screen with you guys, and now including Matt, it makes a big difference, because it really does not only lighten my heart, but it lightens the audience's heart. And it's the change that we all need. One of the things that I've stated for a long time is that people in the world have forgotten how to laugh. And mostly they've forgotten how to laugh at themselves. And when you take yourself too seriously is when you lose everything. So I'm glad that we had the opportunity to do all of this and to be together, bring a decent amount of information to the people. The rest of it was a lot of fun. And, it was just great to have all you guys here and to do this. I really appreciate all of you.
Anytime.
Again, Matt, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And
we'll get a wire out to you tomorrow.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thanks, man. That's so cool, man.
We'd love to do it, and you guys are amazing. So thank you.
And before we get into the end of the show, I'm going to post this one more time, because I'm going to take us out with a little bit of entertainment tonight. I've got Joe's song, which is Hug. And that'll be followed by Who Saves the Children. Again, if you want to order a copy of Who Saves the Children, you can get it at Fake News 7NY54 protonmail.com. It's a $5 donation to any one of the charities. It doesn't go to me. You don't have to send the donation to me. You send it directly to any one of those charities. All of those links are to their donate page. And you could just go in, donate. I'll see the donation, and I will send you out a copy. So no middleman. It's just you're going directly to the charity, and you're coming out with a piece of me. So that should be exciting enough. But
awesome.
I hope that you all help save the children. I'm not going to get into my morose stuff yet again. But again, guys, I want to thank you for being here tonight. I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. And we're going to close out starting with Hug from the one and only Joe Rosati. Good night, everybody. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, very good. Thank you, Doug. See, I got so wrapped up with these guys who are fun for a change, I forgot all about it. The best in the business. Thank you, Claudia, Kat, Carrie, and Doug, because they are the best. Without them, we'd just be four guys sitting here having a good time. So, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But that's what we would be. So thanks, guys. Very important. Thank you, Doug, for catching that, for kicking me in the butt and letting me know. Everybody, have a great week. We'll see you again next week. Have a good night.
I miss you, my God, I miss you. And all the tears I've wept have filled my tissue. I'm as close as I can be for now. And I'm not sure when or even how. Can I see you again? Will I see you again? Yes, I'll see you again. I know I'll see you again. Yes, I will. I can send this as a hug, like a bridge from the other side. I missed you. If only you knew I miss you. And all the love in the world, may it kiss you. For me, I'm as close as I can be for now. And I'm not sure when or even how. Can I see you again? Will I see you again? Yes, I'll see you again. I know I'll see you again. Yes, I will. I can send this as a hug, like a bridge across a great divide. I can only send this as a hug, a warm embrace to keep hope alive. This is my hug. A touch of grace from the other side. This is my hug. This is my hug.
Children are the center of our world, and we do our best to show them that we care. But evil is lurking everywhere to steal their youth, kill their soul, show them things that they should never know. We live in the craziest of times, you never know what's in another's mind. We keep them safe, protect from bad, but they just choose to make them sad and keep their evil rituals alive. Who saves the children? We do, we do. Who keeps them safe and warm and so secure? We do, we do. Who saves the children? We do, we do. And we'll fight to death to keep it safe for you. We'll fight for what's right with all of our might, and we won't leave one single child behind. They've been here since the dawn of time, and their actions take a twisted mind. But we won't stand no more. We'll track them down for sure and make sure that they are gone forevermore. Why can't you see the crimes committed on our kids by the powers that be? How long do we wait? How many must die? How many loving parents need to cry? Who saves the children? We do, we do. Who keeps them safe and warm and so secure? We do, we do, we do. while behind.